heels of No Way Out. Welcome everyone to Bite This. Josh Matthews, and joining me today, two very special guests. Hugo Savinovich. I say it wrong.
Did you just curse me?
No, I didn't. I did not. And Carlos Cabrera, what's up, guys? Thank you very much for joining us here on Bite This.
Here goes the neighborhood.
Here goes the neighborhood.
Spanish guys are here.
Bienvenidos a Muerdan Esto.
We just took a look at that was Eric Bischoff and Shane McMahon going through the table. How many WWE superstars have gone through the Spanish announce table?
A lot of them. But that particular case, there was a big hole in the back of Bishop's head.
Really?
Yes. I mean, there was like, well, we're not going to
He was bleeding back.
It's so descriptive here, but it was a nasty cut.
But the worst of them all is Mick Foley's coming down on the table.
Mick off the top of the Hell in the Cell.
That was bad, really.
The impact, it was tremendous.
Well, we got a great show today. Give us a call, 888-LIVE-WWE. Draws will be here. Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero will be calling. I hope not at the same time, Phil. Chavo and Rey, they don't really get along very well. They had a huge match at No Way Out. Of course, Chavo Guerrero is the new Cruiserweight champion. Tune in to SmackDown tonight. It's going to be an unbelievable show. And I believe, Phil, is Draws on the phone? We always have a crazy time here, guys. It's nothing. It's like a roller coaster of emotions.
You got the right guys for a crazy time, because especially this guy, Carlos.
Yeah.
The Colombian Prince. He is something else. We're happy to come here. We heard so much good stuff about what you guys do here, and it worked out good because we were able to do the shows we were in charge of early, and here we are.
Good. Did you guys enjoy No Way Out?
Oh, it was super.
Lovely.
And I don't want to sound like, putting over our Spanish guys, but it felt like, Latino heat. That was the right moment, the right time, sold out house, historic arena, the Cow Palace, and we just loved the atmosphere of the place, and what a night for Eddie and Chavo.
You guys have been. I'm sure you guys have been to the Cow Palace many times, correct?
No, it was I even asked Taz about that.
Right.
I'm going to my 31 years in this business. Never. I've been to Japan, everywhere else. Never had the opportunity to wrestle at the Cow Palace. So as an announcer, it was great to be there.
So a great honor to be there.
Yes.
Such a historic place in wrestling.
It was even like Jim Ross had said. I mean, he's been doing this for so long, and JR had never been to the Cow Palace either. So much history has taken place, and now the WWE history is also taking place at the Cow Palace. And let's go now to the phones. A man who wasn't here last week. Let's find out why. What's up, Draz?
Hey guys, how's it going?
We love you, Dross. You're our guy.
Hey,
you know that.
By the way, I'm glad your announce table did not get destroyed at the pay-per-view.
Yay!
Yeehaw!
I had a nightmare that same night. I woke up and said, maybe it's the end of the world. Nothing happened to the table.
He's
Right, you got to worry about that. If nothing happened to the table, you're thinking, okay, well, what's going to happen now? If the table didn't get destroyed, what's next?
All right. How did you like the show, Dross?
It was great. I'll tell you what, I actually picked Eddie to win, and I was so elated to see him pull out and win that championship belt.
And Draz, now we know the two matches have already been announced for WrestleMania. Two title matches, Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus Chris Benoit for the World Heavyweight Championship. And as because what we saw at No Way Out, Eddie Guerrero will go one-on-one with Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship. What are your thoughts on these two huge matches?
Well, both matches are going to be blockbusters. I mean, you got to realize these guys, they always step it up, but I mean, this is WrestleMania 20. It's the Madison Square Garden, and these guys know when to kick it into overdrive, and these guys are going to be on full blast, going into this thing. I mean, like I said, they do it all the time anyway, but this is WrestleMania 20, and it's going to be an added treat for anybody who's there or anybody who's watching to see these two matches. I mean, these guys they're going to blow that roof off, I have no doubt.
Hugo and Carlos, these two huge championship matches at WrestleMania, you guys' thoughts?
Wow, it's excitement. If something happens with like the World Series, a Super Bowl, when it's WrestleMania, I agree with Dross, it's like a dream come true. Even as famous as you could be and all the millions you could make and all the countries you have wrestled, to be at the Madison Square Garden, which is like the Mecca. To me that's like, I don't care what kind of sports or an artist you are, to be a headliner there means a lot, and I know that our guys are going to give it their best, and we are excited about WrestleMania 20.
And nothing better to have the 20th anniversary of such a tremendous event, but in the same place where it all originated in 10 years ago.
Yeah. We're just 23 days away now, I believe, from WrestleMania 20.
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
You're talking about your last romance in Egypt. That's another story here.
20 years ago.
He had a tremendous rendezvous in Egypt. That's
another
story. That's another story.
Draz, we missed you last week. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling a lot better, man. I'm about tired with all the hospital visits, but everything seems to be going well right now. And I'm actually getting ready for a trip with my family, my niece and nephews, and everybody to Florida. So we're
Can you
heading
take us?
for a week.
Can you take us?
Oh, I'd love to take you guys.
We'll bring our own table. Did you know that we have a budget here to eat pizza and bite this? Yes, it's working.
It's true.
Droz, what we mentioned No Way Out. We mentioned that No Way Out, of course, springboards us to WrestleMania. But what were your thoughts, particularly on No Way Out? If you had a chance to see it yet, I'm not sure if you have.
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, I did, and I didn't realize a couple of the matches were going on, so I ended up, I think, 4-2 or something, like 4-3 with my picks. But you know what? I really enjoyed the show. Actually, it was great, and like I said, from beginning and end, it was a good show. I would like to have seen Ray retain the title, but hey, it happens. Chavo got his dad in there helping out, but like I said, the ending was the top it all for me. I mean, that just made it that much more special, seeing that pay-per-view and seeing Eddie come away with that belt. So, it was a great pay-per-view, but seeing the ending like that, man, really made it for me.
Andras, what's your thought about the people, the fans in the Cow Palace?
Oh, they were great. I mean, they were behind the wrestlers all the way, and then of course, like I said, in that last match, it's always great when you're out there in the ring and the people are behind you, either for or against you. It doesn't matter, as long as they're either yelling at you or cheering for you. It's a good thing. And the fans seem to really get into it and enjoy it, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I heard that celebration for Eddie Guerrero carried over to the non-televised events that were going on Monday, and then, of course, SmackDown. Tune in tonight to see what kind of celebration Eddie Guerrero has in store. Droz, what can we expect in the column this week?
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about the pay-per-view and what's been kind of going on, with myself, basically, with all my goofy hospital visits. But, kind of recap of things and let people know what's been going on.
All right, Droz Wilson, thanks for calling in, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you next week as well.
Don't forget to mention the Spanish guys.
Hey, yeah.
We love
you. We love you.
We love you, guys.
All right,
we love
thanks,
you.
guys. You take care.
All right, see you, Droz.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh, are you getting stronger?
I'm trying to. I go to the gym every day, but then I come here and I eat pizza, so I think it's like a...
Is Michael Cole a good influence in your life? Will you honestly could come out and say he is or he's not?
I have no comment.
No,
No, Michael Cole is a great influence on my professional career.
What about Taz?
Taz is great.
Taz
is he's there every step of the way. I can call him anytime I want and ask him anything, and he's always there for me. And he actually broke me into the wrestling business, so I mean, I've known Taz.
Wow.
Right, so...
Have you visited the two-bedroom apartment of Michael Cole in Jersey?
yeah, he's got no TV, he's got nothing. I'm on the phone with Comcast today, ordering, high-speed internet and all this stuff, and I'm telling Cole about it, and he doesn't even know what the internet is.
Oh, my God.
So we got you guys here. Join us. We got lots of questions for you guys. Carlos, I'll start with you.
Okay.
Your voice can be heard in other places besides WWE telecasts.
Yes.
Tell us about some of your voiceover work that you do.
Well, actually, I began doing news. I was an anchorman and news reporter for many years, but you could hear my voice doing announcements, commercial announcements for people like ESPN, Coca-Cola, Lancome, etc., etc., etc.
He makes the money.
I'm sure.
Mucho dinero.
I need to learn Spanish.
Mucho dinero.
Or Japanese. I think if I learn Japanese, I could probably...
That's a good market, too.
Yeah.
But he's well recognized. I mean, all over the place.
Right.
We had a funny experience happen. Like we went to San Francisco last Friday, a day ahead of we usually get there on Saturdays, and we went to this place by the bay and Fisherman's the Crab House, right? Mm-hmm. And the waiter, he was from Peru, and we're ready to order. So I said, "Well, we'd like to have this," and the guy stopped us and said, "I recognize that voice." And I said, "Well, we are we do the Spanish announcing for the WWE," and the guy says, "Carlito, por poquito," because we have our own way of doing things,
Right.
And we are very passionate, very passionate.
Yeah, so the guy watches the show both here and also in Peru. So there you go.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
All the big brands from the Ford company, you have heard commercials from this guy. He's even Vince McMahon says that he is one of the most beautiful voices.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
The check,
will
be on the mail.
I'd rather prefer cash. So there's no proof.
And it's great for me because I do the color, and to have such a rich, educated voice doing play-by-play, and besides the fact that Carlos loved the business, he's doing what he wants to do, and we have a great great time, doing what we do.
This is like a very symbiotic kind of a relationship because I feed off Hugo's knowledge. This guy is an encyclopedia when it comes to wrestling, and the names of the moves and the techniques and all that I learned from Hugo. So there you go. I think we have a great team.
Yes.
The fans do as well. Hugo, why don't you tell us about some of your other responsibilities? Everyone knows that you're the color Spanish analyst, but tell us about some of your other responsibilities at WWE.
The latest one that I am very proud of is that we've finally got the Spanish fan hotline going. So when they call headquarters, either automatic after hours or during the day, they will be able to have the same service they have on the English fan hotline. Very proud of that. And also all the markets that we do where the show is done away from our studio, I'm in charge of coaching them, and no matter if they're Russians or Italians or French, they'll be able to tell the same story as we do here in the United States in Spanish or English, because we have to teach them what is the philosophy of WWE. And one of the things that I tell them at the beginning of every conversation is, I learned from Mr. McMahon or Vince McMahon that if you have fun, fans are going to have fun. So we got to be sincere to what we do and enjoy it, and let it fly. So that's what I do, and I'm always there to help all our international announcers. And I'm very proud to say, man, these guys from the Japanese to the Russians, the French guys, the Italian guys, the Portuguese, they're doing a fantastic work. Fantastic job.
Very good. I think we have a question for Hugo and Carlos on the telephone. This is Danny calling from Long Island. Danny, what's going on?
Hi, I just want to know what are your guys' favorite WrestleMania moments, and what does WrestleMania mean to you?
Wow, WrestleMania! You're talking about, we're going already on to the 20th, and there's that's like the best of the best. WrestleMania, it's a dream come true every year. It doesn't get old. Every year we are more excited. Moments, well, for me, to see that reality of Mr. McMahon against Hulk Hogan, that was like a dream match, and actually getting smacked hard with a chair on the head.
By the way, did Hulk Hogan ever say, "I'm sorry, Hugo, for that"?
I'm still waiting for the freaking check. I'm waiting for his check. I wasn't going to put a lawsuit on him. No, I was so concentrated on the action, I forgot that I was going to be in the middle. But you're talking about a guy like 300 pounds, you with a solid chair. It was... it was good. It was good. It was good. It was
How
good.
did you feel?
I didn't feel my head for 3 days, but they already said I'm crazy, so it doesn't matter.
So it helps a little bit.
Yeah. Another thing too is before hardcore got to be famous here in the States, in Puerto Rico and the islands, I was like the Pirates of the Caribbean. We did from scaffold matches to fire matches to barbed wire matches. I had the barbed wire pierced right through my tongue once, and that wasn't the hard part. The hard part was the referee stretching my tongue to get the wire out.
Wow. So
we were hardcore before hardcore was invented here in the States.
Wow.
So I could enjoy a guy like Mick Foley doing what he does because I had the passion for that. But what I'm saying, I respect different styles, and whatever the fans love, I'm up for that.
Cool.
And in my respect, I have enjoyed all of them, all the WrestleManias that I've been able to watch and witness. And let me tell you that, like Hugo said, every year it gets better and better. So this year is not going to be any exception, especially being the 20th.
You got to say hello to your wife, Karina, to
Hi,
Shania,
Shania, Sean.
and my wife, Diana. If not, we'll get heat. But
There you go. No, you're okay. You're all good.
yes, man. You got to say that. You got to say that with the ladies.
Well, if you have any questions, give us a call, 888-LIVE-WWE. And I wonder which one of you guys can answer this one. You guys both seem like you got your fingers and your hands all over the entire WWE. This is an email question from Pancho of Mexico City. Here in Mexico, we're only able to watch Raw and monthly pay-per-views. He was wondering if someday they're going to get to see SmackDown. Do you guys have any idea?
I think that we could tell Pancho, call their local TV stations. And, to me, the power of the fans calling wherever you're listening to our voices right now and calling your local TV station, it's what's going to get you on because it's been proven wherever WWE shows air. You know that, Josh. Carlos knows that. We know that. Ratings go up.
No doubt.
We are family oriented. We are action, nonstop action. and we are better than anything else on TV, and we guarantee you 1 hour of a lot of emotions, fun, and the best men and women in sports entertainment.
So people ask, demand for your favorite show over there. That goes not only for Mexico, but for Colombia and Chile and the rest of
and
Latin
by the
America.
way, we are in a tour for the first time in the history of Mexico. WWE is coming April the 3rd,
Yes.
right? It's going to be a Raw brand show, but we have a special feature. Not only they're going to see Trish Stratus, Triple H, Shawn Michaels will be, when the tickets go on sale on February 27 at Arena Monterrey.
At 10 a.m.
He will be on, right there signing autographs and everything. But on the 3rd of April, the big show headlined by the Raw Superstars also will have one match from SmackDown.
That's right, a SmackDown bonus match.
Yes, and now we know there's a rematch because Mysterio lost the title on No Way Out. So Mexico, Monterrey is going to have the opportunity to see the rematch between El Chavo and Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight Championship.
We'll talk to Rey Mysterio and Chavo about that when we have them on the phone in a
Yes.
little while.
Let me say something about the tickets. You could get the tickets in the internet through www.superboletos.com or www.arenamonterrey.com or calling 1-800-BOLETOS.
Which means 1-800-tickets.
Yes.
1-800 boletos.
Or log on to WWE.com. I'm sure we'll have information on there as well. We got another phone call, and I'm glad you guys are here because maybe you can tell me what that says. Who and who?
El Sargento from Fort Hood, Texas. Or
Sergeant.
Texas in English.
There you go.
That could be one of my buddies.
Hello, Hugo.
God.
Sergeant Arnaldo Torres.
Yay.
He did 6 months in Iraq,
In Tikrit.
Tikrit, right?
In Iraq?
Yes, I was in Iraq in Tikrit.
Yes.
Yes.
Looking for Saddam.
How
Yes.
are you, brother? What's your question?
Okay, my question is,
Did you pay your rent?
yes,
No,
I
I'm just
did.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I got no money.
Yeah, my question is, given like the previous success of the Boricuas, and now the WWE has a Hispanic world champion, how do you see the future of having more Hispanic talent coming to the plate and played a big part in the WWE?
Wow, man, for a minute he sounded so intellectual. I can't believe that was a sergeant. No. Okay, first, you want to answer that, Carlos? Or begin with that.
Well, I'll let you begin with that.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. Well, we had this is like, you're going to hear it here and bite this first. We had a private conversation with Jim Ross about this whole situation of the Latin talent, and they're done such a good job. You cannot say anything else. Fantastic work, and they perform so good. We are part of 37 to 39 million of Hispanics in the United States. It's just going to get bigger, and I believe that we are going to be looking for young Spanish talent. It doesn't have to be just from Mexico or Puerto Rico, because I don't think that we necessarily have to have just one nationality. But Spanish, it's going to be very important. And we have one on contract. He's on already in Louisville. It's the son of a famous Puerto Rican wrestler, Carlos Colon. His name is Carly, but he's going to be wrestling as Carlos Colon Jr. And there's a lot of potential. And I'm saying to all the Spanish wrestlers that are listening to this webcast right now, work hard in the gym, get a good attitude and good discipline, because there is money to be made.
Like I said, when Eddie Guerrero won the title, it's the dawning of a new era. And we have, for the first time, a Mexican or a person of Mexican ancestry being the champion. So only good things could happen, and we may have more and more superstars of Latin origin.
And I think the American fans and the fans from all over the world, they love the Spanish style of wrestling. There's something, about the Spanish wrestlers. They combine their aerial, moves with their own flavor, and it combines well with an American opponent. To me, it's a good combination.
Yeah, it's different too, and I think the fans like seeing different things happen and stuff like that. And seeing Eddie Guerrero as the new WWE champion, I think it's great for everyone involved. So, congratulations to Eddie, and thank you, the Sergeant. Can we call him Sergeant?
Yeah.
Sergeant on the phone. This is Nigel on the phone now from Georgia. Nigel, what's happening?
Hey, just got a question for the Spanish announcers tonight. My question is, you guys take probably the most bumps at pay-per-views, and out of all the table accidents that have ever happened near the Spanish announce table, which one has been...
There's no breaks. They're coming through. They're coming right through.
Thanks, Nigel, for the questions. Still anticipating Rey Mysterio any second now. The former Cruiserweight champion will be joining us on the phone. I'm sure you guys are excited to talk to Rey Mysterio. We're talking about No Way Out and about SmackDown that's going to happen tonight. Phil, how much longer till we get Rey Mysterio? 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Let's go back to
Is Phil a nice guy?
Phil's a great guy. Yeah, Phil. He's everyone else in there is saying that Phil's not a nice guy.
Okay, so it's a divided audience. Well, it happens with us at the TV studio where we spend most of our time with one of our sound engineers, with Alan Balensky.
Yes.
We try our best to love him, but he makes it so hard.
Alan makes it very hard. I know who you guys are referring to, and he makes it very, very
From
difficult.
the scale of 1 to 10 of the most hated guys that I met in this business, he's pretty much up there.
A question from Cody. Cornette says, are we getting used to getting the table busted?
You never get used to it, because if you get used to it, you're going to get hurt. One day you're not going to respect the danger of being there, and that's when things are going to happen. I'm always on the lookout.
You got to be alert.
Yeah, and hopefully our guys don't get hurt. That is a very dangerous table, very dangerous. We should invest in that franchise of the table.
You should. You guys should start your own lumber company.
Maybe share profits with the lumber company.
Yeah.
Or a carpenter.
Yes, a little check on the side or something. Yeah.
Well, we got lots of email questions for you guys. Let's take this one. This one's from Donovan of Syracuse, New York. Do you guys think that former WWE announcer Tito Santana deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Very good question.
Oh, wow. Well, he was a pioneer, El Matador was another of the ways he was known in one of his times he was here. Intercontinental champion. Who is to say that he doesn't deserve it? The thing is, there are so many great superstars that should be in the Hall of Fame that, that's why I would hate to be in the committee to decide who gets it and who doesn't get it, because, each case, has accumulated so many historic moments to get a chance to be there, but, we know that not everybody could get the opportunity to be there.
But he's earned, merits to be there.
Yes, not with the Spanish announcing, though. But in the just kidding, Tito. We love you.
Arriba. Let's go to a man now who will most likely in the future be a member of the WWE Hall of Fame. Former WWE Cruiserweight Champion Rey Mysterio. What's up, Rey?
How you guys doing, man?
Arriba la raza!
Arriba!
Rey, as you can tell, we got these Spanish announcers here joining us for Bite This. Rey, you there?
Yes, I'm right here. I can hear you.
All right, we're taking a look now at the cover of the new SmackDown magazine with Rey Mysterio on the cover. How does it feel to be on the February edition, the cover of SmackDown magazine?
You know what? It's a great feeling. This is my second cover since I've been here in the WWE. I've been here for 2 years now, and in 2 years they've given me 2 covers, which I'd have to relate from this to being in WCW. I never had the opportunity to be on the cover of a WCW magazine, and right here at WWE, they're giving me the respect. The years that I've been in the business, and all the suffering, all the tears, the sweat, the blood that I portray your image the way you want to do it. Show the people what you have, the ability that you can bring into the ring. And this is definitely the place. There is no other place like WWE. This is the place where you can go out there and perform at your best. And if you do what you do good, they're more than willing to exceed and to take you to the top.
Josh, you think for a minute we could talk in Spanish to all this?
As long as you don't say any dirty words.
No dirty words. I promise.
We can't have any of that.
Rey, para todo el público que nos está escuchando, toda la raza, todo el público de Latinoamérica, ¿cómo se siente Rey Mysterio en este momento de saber que finalmente se le está dando la oportunidad que tú te mereces?
Como lo comento con mi esposa, lo comento con mis hijos, y este es un buena imagen que yo le puedo dar a la juventud, que le puedo dar a mi hijo que tiene 7 años. Mi niña todavía no entiende, pero el día que lo pueda entender, se lo voy a explicar también a ella. Yo desde chiquito tenía un sueño, y mi sueño era ser luchador profesional, y mi sueño se ha cumplido con la bendición de Dios. Me ha permitido dejar ser lo que yo quiero ser en esta vida, y es representar a mi gente hispana con el trabajo que yo tengo, de poder subir al cuadrilátero y enseñarle a la gente que el estilo mexicano de lucha libre que yo traje a la mesa es uno de los mejores que existen en el mundo, y para mí poder representar a mi gente en la compañía donde estoy ahorita, la WWE, es un gran orgullo. Me imagino que no nada más para mí, pero como para Eddie Guerrero, que ahora es campeón completo también, es un gran honor, es un orgullo demasiado que la verdad quiero expresarme de miles formas, pero yo creo que mi forma de expresarse en los mejores momentos es en el ring, cuando estoy luchando. Ahí es donde yo demuestro mis sentimientos a través de mi trabajo.
Si me lo permiten. Muy bien dicho, Rey Mysterio. Volviendo al inglés, what's the deal with El Chavo? Why all these good things that are happening to you are causing more and more envy from him towards you, and he wants to do damage to you? And what do you think about this rematch in Monterrey, Mexico, such an important place for you guys?
I think that's a great opportunity for me to retain. Maybe it might be sooner, but if it's not sooner, and if it's in Monterrey, Mexico, whether I'm the champion or he's a champion, it's going to be great for me to retain the belt if I'm champion, like I said. And if I don't have the belt at the time and he's a champion, it's going to be a great way for me to show to my people in Monterrey. That was one of the places, one of the cities where I used to wrestle week after week when I wrestled down in Mexico City for AAA. Monterrey was the Sunday shows for me every week. I used to travel to Monterrey. The people have seen me grown there. They've seen me transcended to Japan, to WCW, and now to the WWE. And what a great honor it is for WWE to go down to Monterrey and have their very first show ever in the city of Mexico. You know, and it's such a big place where we haven't even opened up business there. And this is the first time we open up business for Mexico. And I hope that the people will respond great. That way we can keep on coming and returning and bringing the whole WWE crew.
Okay, Ray, don't forget to autograph mask. Carlos Cabrera won, and Hugo Savinovich too. We won't sell it.
No.
We promise you, we won't be selling it outside of the Arena Monterrey.
Only on eBay.
Okay.
On eBay. Oh boy.
Ray, you've been alongside Jorge Paez the past few weeks on SmackDown, and of course in No Way Out. Are you a boxing fan? What's it like being with Jorge Paez?
You know what? I am a boxing fan. As a matter of fact, Jorge is a longtime friend, neighbor of mine. He was raised in the city of Mexicali, and of course I grew up in the city of Tijuana, Baja California, which is only 2 hours away. Mexicali was again another city that I used to go to and wrestle week after week in my beginning of my career, the beginning of my career. So to have Jorge Paez now represent my corner this past week and these past couple weeks, it was a great honor for me, you know, as a friend of Jorge and as a boxing fanatic. You know, business was taken care of. Knocked out Chavo Sr. twice, which is something that we haven't seen. And you know, Chavo and his father still keep on fighting their way back. And unfortunately, Sunday at No Way Out wasn't my night. They took Jorge Paez out after he knocked his dad out, after he knocked Chavo's dad out. And now I thought it was just one-on-one. Of course, Sneaky Chavo Sr. came out at the end when we thought all was taken care of, and you know, caused me to lose my cruiserweight title. Then again, you know, I can't get mad. I can't get upset. The only thing that I can say is that it was my mistake. My mistake for turning my back on a veteran like Chavo Sr., a guy who's been in the game for years and years and knows how to work around it. So I can't say anything, but I hope I get a rematch.
Right on. Let's go to the phones now. This is Jennifer calling from Dallas. Jennifer, you're on the phone with Rey Mysterio.
Hi, Ray.
How you doing, Jennifer?
I'm doing great. First off, I wanted to let you know that you are the biggest reason I started watching wrestling. First time I saw one of your matches, I was just hooked, and that was it for me. So I thank you for that. My question is, I was wondering, since you've become such a huge part of the cruiserweight division, and you know, so actively pursued the title and won it, do you feel like that you're going to be limited by that, or are you still hoping to move on into other titles and go on from there?
I think there's a big future for Rey Mysterio here in the WWE. Not only, like you said, for the cruiserweight division. I am glad that I'm able to represent right now this division and make it mean even much more, and that's a great honor for me. But as soon as I'm given the opportunity to transcend, to keep on moving, whether it's a U.S. title, whether it's a tag team belt again, or whether it's the heavyweight title, believe me, I'm not going to look at it twice. I'm not going to think twice, and I'm going to definitely move ahead.
Jennifer, thank you very much for the question. Thanks for watching Bite This as well. If you have any more questions, give us a call, 888-LIVE-WWE. And Ray, we're just 23 days away from WrestleMania 20, live from Madison Square Garden, New York City. Hugo, Carlos, Ray, your guys' thoughts. Ray, we'll start with you on WrestleMania coming home to MSG.
WrestleMania, God, the biggest event ever. And second decade for WrestleMania. Madison Square Garden, March 14th. It's nothing but adrenaline rush. It's nothing but excitement. It's nothing but celebrities. It's nothing but old school when we talk about remembering the guys who broke in WrestleMania for the very first time, are wrestlers that we could never forget, wrestlers that have made history. And I think WrestleMania 20 is going to be a great night for everybody in the show, for all the fans, for all the celebrities that are going to be there, for all the wrestlers that have been in the past, and put a great name for WrestleMania. It's going to be one night that is going to be off the hook.
I agree with that, and also when you happen to tune in and listen to Mr. McMahon talking about the big announcement coming up next Monday, and he's talking about putting on the wrestling tights to make this announcement, and we know that whenever he says he's going to make a big announcement, you know, it's bigger than anything we heard before. So I'm very excited just to know that it's WrestleMania 20, and from here on it's going to be like one big news after a big news, and by the time it gets here, it's going to be like fantastic from the first match to the last one.
I bet you that announcement has to do with WrestleMania, but it could also may have to do with Mr. Bishop's behind.
Yeah, well, anyway, what's your opinion about Mr. Bishop? Do you like Mr. Bishop?
There's a question here to Hugo and I.
See how he went?
No, but it has to do with that. It says, which wrestler talent would you, it says here, hold on.
Hugo and Carlos, is this one you're looking at there?
Yeah.
If you guys could put one
if you could put one wrestler through the Spanish announcer table, who it would be? In my case, Eric Bishop.
Eric Bishop. Well, yeah, it's I don't know. Well, we have Alan Valensky too there.
Oh, but we have a sound
Ray,
engineer.
Ray, who would you put through the Spanish announce table given the chance?
Given the chance, if I could, I think right now at this point, I would definitely put Chavo there.
Right on. I assume that was going to be the answer.
Right after Chavo, I would put Chavo's dad right on top of him.
Let's go back to the phones. This is Peter from Ontario. Peter, you're on the phone with Rey Mysterio.
Hi, Ray. How are you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. First of all, I'd just like to say it's a great honor to be able to speak with you this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my question for you is, in the past, the cruiserweight division was always the underdog to the heavyweight division. Now everything has changed, and the cruiserweights are right up there with the heavyweights. As a top cruiserweight, what are your thoughts on the progression of the cruiserweight division, and what more do you expect to come out of this up-and-coming section in the WWE?
I think this division, like we mentioned before, is going on a rise, and we're definitely, all the cruiserweights that are involved, whether it's Jamie Noble, whether it's Tajiri, whether it's Chavo, Kidman, we got newcomers coming in, Paul London, we got Funaki, we got people that have been here sitting waiting for the opportunity, and personally, the way I look at things and the way I predict the future for the cruiserweight division is that it's going to get higher and higher every time. Why? Because I think the cruiserweights bring a totally different flavor to the table. You know, we bring high-flying action. We bring a great sequence with great wrestlers, like I mentioned all those names before. We're guys that have been in the business for years, and we were just waiting for the opportunity. And now we're getting the opportunity to succeed, to push this division to the limit, and that's what we're going to do. With everybody working hard, with WWE backstage working hard, with Vince McMahon giving us the opportunity to push this division to the limit. this is going to go nonstop.
Awesome. I don't think anybody could have said it better than Rey Mysterio, the former Cruiserweight champion. And Rey, I'm sure that you're going to be looking to get that championship back. And thank you very much for joining us right here on this Thursday edition of Bite This.
Next music video. Remember the Spanish announcers.
Before he goes, can I ask my question?
I'm going to have the Spanish announcers doing a little, whether it's cumbia or a little salsa.
La vida es
dura. In the video.
Yes.
A question right before you go.
Yes.
What about Edge? Have you talked to him? How's he doing?
I spoke to Edge a couple months back. I did give Edge a call about a week ago, and I left him a message. I think he's been doing okay. He's getting ready for a return. I think he's getting prepared mentally, physically, and is waiting for the opportunity to come back.
And I know we're all waiting to see Edge's return to the WWE. Rey, thank you once again for joining us here on Bite This. Tune into SmackDown to see Rey Mysterio tonight on UPN. Thanks, Rey.
Thank you, Rey.
Thank you, guys. God bless.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that is a fantastic wrestler.
Yeah, don't forget, right here, SmackDown February edition, Rey Mysterio right there on the cover. Rey's the man. He's got his video. He's got covers of the SmackDown magazine. Rey's doing all right.
Some beautiful girls in that video. And
that's
Jorge
right.
Paz on it.
Jorge Paz, the crown prince of boxing. You guys follow Jorge's career?
Romero Paz.
It was one of my favorites. That's why he's not boxing anymore, because he just gave it in too much, just like Mick Foley did. Yeah. You know, crazy guys in the ring.
And you guys will be in Monterey, I'm sure, April 3rd for the big show?
Well, we are trying to get all the connections, you know, Phil from here and all the guys.
Maybe you guys could do like a Bite This, you know, from Monterey. And
that would
you
be
guys could do
fantastic.
this big thing in Texas. These guys are nodding like, yeah, we're going to bring all our equipment down there. But Martin from Monterey has an email for you guys. Says you guys make a terrific team and what he can do to become a WWE announcer.
Wow. Well, you have to be crazy, I guess.
Yes.
No. Well, it takes like.
First of all, crazy. Yeah.
I mean, like for Carlos to come into this business, there was audition and it was like over 200 guys, the finalists, just to try to get the play-by-play and.
Besides that, Hugo, mostly love for the industry, love for the talent. I used to be a fan, you know. I'm not still a fan. So when I narrate, I live it like a fan. So that's why I convey all this emotion into my narration.
There's going to be more Spanish programs, so I think there'll be doors that will be opening up, and I agree. People have to just work hard, you know, train, start doing your own book of the Spanish moves and how to call a match, practice, and start learning to identify not just the wrestling persona, but each individual athlete, and start making little notes about it, and you build up a lot of understanding, and perhaps when the time is there, get somewhere where you could practice in a mic, trying to do a call or a color commentating. It's not going to be easy. This business, every day you have to learn more. There's one meeting, right, Josh? After another meeting. Yes, because
and a meeting on that
right,
meeting.
And then
what we do is part of a big team. Yes. Wrestlers do their thing in the ring, and we, the announcers, we have to tell you fans, you know, what's going on with them, and do it in a way that we cannot be ignorant to everything that is going on. We have to be educated as far as if the guy got hurt, you know, what is his special moves, what he's got to do, and you know, it takes time and a lot of preparation. Yes.
Yeah, and I think a big thing is submersing yourself into this business 24 hours. I mean, you have to live it, eat, sleep, and breathe it. I mean, the first, 5 years that you're doing it, and just so you can have a feel of what these superstars go through in the ring. I mean, a superstar like, I don't know, maybe the next guy on the phone, the current reigning WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Chavo Guerrero. What's up, Chavo? Chavo. Phil, is Chavo on the phone?
There he is.
Let's try it again.
Hear me.
There it is. Please welcome Chavo Guerrero. What's up, Chavo?
Hey, what's going on, Josh?
Not much. We got Hugo and Carlos joining us here for a special edition of Bite This.
Hugo, Carlos, hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, muy bien.
All right.
¿Qué te parece, Josh? Es un buen muchacho.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know.
He put you up.
Oh, you
did?
did?
A nice kid?
Oh,
yes.
Thanks, Chavo. Hey, Chavo, listen, I kind of want to congratulate you, but I don't know if it's. I mean, you had help from your father. I mean,
what do you mean you kind of want to congratulate?
Well, I mean, first of all, you are the new Cruiserweight Champion, so congratulations on.
Well, what's our motto? Lie, cheat, and steal.
Okay, so congratulations.
Do whatever it takes
so
to
he's
win,
not
baby.
denying. He's not denying the fact that he did what their logo says they do.
All right, so let me put it this way.
Wait, whoa. It's okay for Eddie to do it, right? But it's not okay for me to do it.
Chavo, I don't know. I didn't say that.
But did you say that to Eddie? I kind of want to congratulate you.
No, I went up and I hugged Eddie. I shook his hand. I congratulated him on winning.
To me, now I do it, and I get I want to congratulate you, but I'm not too sure, right?
Well, the thing is, congratulations on being an in-ring technician and the things you do inside that ring. But your tactics on going about defeating Rey Mysterio, I don't necessarily agree with.
Just hey, man, it's like the old Raiders. Just win, baby. That's it.
All right. Well, how does it feel to be the new Cruiserweight champion?
Hey, it feels great. It feels great. In fact, in the win-loss column, there's a big W. It doesn't say big W with an asterisk by it, cheated to win. It just says W.
All right. Well, what did you think about your match at No Way Out, Chavo?
I enjoyed it. Actually enjoyed every single minute of it. That was one of the highlights of my career, and I really did like having time out there and performing. And with a competitor like Rey Mysterio, it was great to go out there and just tear the house down.
It has to be like a dream come true for you, not only to be in No Way Out and winning the Cruiserweight title, but at the same time, you had a legend right next to you in your corner, your father, and a lot of people don't know this, Josh, but Chavo could talk about this even more. I mean, before all these great Mexican stars became famous, his father in the Olympic Auditorium, the NWA matches, he was the America's heavyweight champion.
Correct.
He headlined some of the best cage matches, and a lot of Chavo Guerrero's style. If you were to study those matches, there's a lot of his father, in him.
Yeah, definitely. My father one year actually wrestled for the WWF Championship, which was against Superstar Billy Graham, and the same year wrestled the AWA champion, which is Nick Bockwinkel, and the same year wrestled NWA champion, which is Terry Funk, and didn't lose any of the matches. He went an hour time limit with all three of them.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yes, super style. I mean,
definitely.
There's a blessing from your grandfather, the Guerrero, which in Spanish was known as El Ave de las Tempestades. I grew up loving all these historical wrestlers, and they were pioneers in a lot of the things that they did. It was not easy to do at that time. They were like his grandfather was like the Luthez of the Spanish wrestlers, a guy that could actually go in and just break you in half, just with touching you,
Wow. Sure. He was one of the best, I'm not just saying that because he's my grandfather, but from what other wrestlers tell me, and from my father and other people, that he was a true heel. He'd go out and challenge the fans and the crowd, and he's actually been stabbed. I don't know how many times it was, like 7 times. He was shot at, and actually in the ring, somebody tried to shoot at him, and they missed, and they hit a lady in the front row.
Oh my God!
So talking about a heel, that was a true heel there.
The same happened to Hugo many times in Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
I was telling Josh about the years. Like, this is my 31st year in the business. We went to islands and places where the police would hide underneath the ring, and then we'd have to fight our way out of not just the arena, the freaking town, the freaking country. So those were the wild years. When you were a heel back then, it was not just making a nice promo. You had to earn it, So it was. That's why we have to respect the pioneer guys too, because they were important in getting us from there to here. But I have a lot of respect for the guys that are coming up now, because they're a lot more smarter as far as they know how to invest their money. That we didn't do that. At our time, we just took care of giving a nice match to the fans, and we didn't invest on our future. The guys coming up now, they have good mind for business.
So, Chavo, what about your attempt to be the ¡1 Guerrero in the family? You became the Cruiserweight champion, but Eddie Guerrero now is the WWE champion.
Well, I've been saying that all along, that Eddie's always got to steal my spotlight. So what do? On the biggest day of my career, I go out and win the Cruiserweight championship at No Way Out, and then what does he do?
First off, I want to say congratulations on your title win.
Thanks, man.
All right, and my question is, at WrestleMania 20, who do you want to fight most?
At WrestleMania 20, who am I going to fight?
No, who do you want to fight most?
Who do I want to fight WrestleMania 20? Really anybody. I just want to be involved with that. That's going to be such a great spectacle, one of the best, greatest WrestleManias ever. It's built to be. So I just want to be a part of it, and I'll take on all comers. Doesn't have to be a cruiserweight. It can be anybody. I'm confident in my skills, my abilities, that I can beat anybody.
All right, Matt, thanks for the question. Chavo, we've been talking about this show coming up. It's Saturday, April 3rd for Monterrey, Mexico. It is a Raw, non-televised live event, but there will be a special SmackDown bonus match. It's you one-on-one with Rey Mysterio. How excited are you about performing in Mexico?
Very excited, actually. That's where I actually started my career. I trained in El Paso, actually, and went across the border a lot to Juarez, Mexico, and then in Tijuana, Mexico, also wrestled there. But have really never branched out into like Mexico City, Arena Mexico, all those different big arenas that were out there, and that's what all the rest of my family has done. So it's going to be another step in my career to actually go do that.
Who do you feel the fans are going to be supporting more at Arena Monterrey? It's a brand new arena. I think it sits like over 20,000 fans.
Wow.
What do you think? Are they going to be rooting for you or Rey Mysterio?
You know what? I tell you the truth, I don't care. I don't care. My job as a heel is to lie, cheat, and steal, and get over doing that. So, it always makes my job a lot easier when they chant for the other guy. But I'm looking forward to going out there and put on a great show and tearing the house down and beating up Rey Mysterio.
All right, Chavo, I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but you do have a surgically repaired bicep.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Is that giving you any problems? I remember I was there when you tore it, and you got out of the ring and everything that happened. And I mean, is it giving you any problems now?
No, actually, it's great. Dr. James Andrews, best in the world, did a great job repairing it, and it really doesn't hurt. It feels great. In fact, it's stronger than my right bicep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's strange, huh?
Yeah.
I was a little worried about it when I did get it fixed, thinking that I didn't know if it was ever going to be the same, but it definitely is, and it doesn't hinder me at all in that ring.
Good. Let's go back to the phones now. This is Anthony calling from Brooklyn. Anthony, you're on the phone with Chavo Guerrero.
Yo, what's up, Chavo?
Pasa Holmes, what's up?
Oh, what's going on? Hey, first of all, I want to tell you congratulations on the Cruiserweight Championship.
Thank you, thank you.
It's long overdue. It's much respected.
Thank you.
I just have a question for you, and that is that, what's it like wrestling? What's the difference, that separates the U.S. crowd, wrestling for the U.S. crowd, as compared to, wrestling in, Lucha Libre or, in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
The difference is just a different style of wrestling, actually. So the crowds react differently to different styles. So if you're wrestling in front of the Mexican crowd like a Lucha Libre style, it's a lot more, I would say, just action. It's not that there's a lack of emphasis on a story. It's just they're used to such all the action moves, like all the head scissors and all the backflips. All that stuff is Lucha Libre style that has been incorporated into the American style now. So when we wrestle in front of American crowds, we really like to take our time more and tell more of a story. So that's kind of the main difference.
Yeah, I would like to jump in and say that we have noticed, because like I said, we don't only monitor what we do, but we usually have an eye checking out, what everybody else is doing, because you have to do things like that in order to keep yourself, competitive. And even the two big wrestling companies in Mexico, I have noticed within the last 3 years, they have tried to incorporate storylines now. They're changing their sets to look more like WWE style, and even their Lucha Libre style is trying to incorporate some of the moves that they see our wrestlers do, So they know that our wrestlers are not just stars. They know that our wrestlers are superstars. And in order to reach that level, Lucha Libre is good, it's fantastic, but, to be a world-class athlete, you have to go from Lucha Libre and incorporate, what is sports entertainment. Get it all together, and then you have WWE.
But the original question was about the crowds. In your opinion, Chavo, which is louder, the Lucha Libre crowd or the American crowd?
Which is like, I can't say which one's louder, because they're at times they're both loud. If you put on a great show and a great match, if that atmosphere is there and just everything clicks, man, it doesn't matter where you're at. That crowd's going to go crazy. That's it's our job. If we're not doing that, then we're not doing our job right.
Do you feel okay wrestling in front of fans that they are not as loud as in Japan, for example?
Yeah, sure. There's different styles of, like I said, of fans. And in Japan, they're not going to scream and yell at everything. They're very an educated fan as far as wrestling goes, actual mat wrestling. So they sit and watch as far as jumping up and yelling at you and throwing beer at you. They sit and watch, and there's a lot of respect in Japan. So if you can get those people up out of their chairs and yelling and screaming, then you're really doing your job right.
Yeah, you want to get them hot in Japan. You wait till they go in the bathroom. They take all the shoes and leave them outside the door, and you just start changing them everywhere. You'll get them hot. You'll get them hot.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not saying that I did it when I used to wrestle in Japan, but I heard. I heard that people did that.
Through the mind.
Yes.
Chavo, let's take one more phone call. This is Tom calling from Philadelphia. Tom, you're on the phone with Chavo Guerrero.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Tom, what's going on, bro?
Hey, I was at the Royal Rumble, and I think you should have won that one too, just like you beat Ray this past Sunday.
The Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I think I should have too, but things happened, and I got beat. You're only as good as your next match. You get beat.
What are you gonna say?
You get beat.
Well,
if you don't learn from it, and incorporate that into your style, then that's all you can do really with it.
Well, Tom was wondering about your long-term goals, Chavo. What you see in the future for Chavo Guerrero?
Future for me is just to continue to improve, get better, and dominate, become more of a dominating force in the WWE.
There you go. Chavo, listen, once again, congratulations on becoming the new Cruiserweight Champion.
Thank you, Josh.
And we'd like to thank you for joining us here on Bite This, hanging out with me and Hugo and Chavo. Carlos. Sorry, Carlos.
And no matter what they say, we love you, Chavo.
Thank you. Gracias.
I don't care what Josh says or Phil says. You're over with us.
All right. Thanks again, Chavo.
Oh, Tangana.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right. See you later. Guys, well, that's about it.
What?
That's all. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It can be.
It is. It's true.
Well,
it's sad but true.
Oh, but I also got to say that besides what we do and on the air, and I'm in charge of taking care of this other announcers around the world, on my weekends, sometimes I go and I'm a preacher on the weekends. I preach the Word of God, and I'm also a champion playing dominoes.
Dominoes, huh?
So I'm, whenever you or Taz or Michael Cole want to have a challenge, I'm the guy to beat. I whip people up, like Kevin Rodriguez in Long Island and all those guys over there.
Hugo, would you like to tell everybody where you do the preaching at? We have a lot of fans, Stratford, Connecticut. I know that people watch Bite This and all over the...
We did one in the Dominican Republic. We'll probably be at the end of March in Puerto Rico. I'm planning to do one in my country, in Ecuador, and one in Panama. And I also go to places where they have drug rehab problems, and I talk to the young guys. Because I believe that, whatever we could do to help our young, fans out there, we got to do it.
Awesome. So we know the story about Eddie Guerrero, but Hugo also fought against some demons, and he overcame.
And mother-in-laws.
Amen.
So four marriages.
We're very happy for Hugo.
4 marriages. Finally, I'm happy, and I identify a lot with what Eddie said before the conquest of the WWE title. It's a dangerous world out there. You got to be very careful who you choose as your friends. And if you have anything to do with drugs or alcohol, stay away from that. It's no good. It's only going to ruin your life and get you in trouble.
There you go. Guys, thank you very much for joining us here on Bite This. Appreciate it. Make sure you tune into SmackDown tonight. So much going down. We'll have the Fallout from No Way Out. Plus, the United States Championship is on the line. The Big Show goes one-on-one with Hardcore Holly. Eddie Guerrero will have his WWE Championship celebration. You're not going to want to miss that. Plus, Paul Heyman, the new Cruiserweight Champion, Chavo Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, and much more. Next week, right here on Bite This, we're going to have Dr. Tom returning from California. Plus, Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit live on the telephones. Once again, Hugo, Carlos, thank you very much. This is Bite This. I'm Josh Matthews. We'll see you all.
Oh,